Hello dear parents, today I've come with a topic which I'm sure we all parents are struggling in the 21st century, where we want a child to do academically well based on the competition we have around. And I'm sure when the results are not coming well in the academics, we get a little frustrated to see how we can help them. I was doing some research around this when my daughter was in the 10th grade. She used to always score around 70 to 80%, but we both, myself and my daughter, we set up a challenging target of achieving above 90% in a 10th. And we said, let's try. So we did some research and I came across 6 major points which helped me to help her in a 10th grade. And I think it worked successfully because after using this approach, she was able to score around 95% in a 10th grade. So I definitely see it's a big help and I wanted to share this with you all. These are some practical tips which I'm sure it can be easily done, but somehow we parents miss. I think it's required for us to help our children if we can use these 6 particular tips. The first one is goal setting. I'm not sure how many parents sit together with your children to set the goal. When I say goal, it is what is the marks they're supposed to get in each subject. If they are getting, let's say 65 marks in physics today, you cannot expect her to get 80 marks in the next exam. You need to create a small milestone goal so that it is easily achievable and realistic for them to achieve. So take all the subjects and make a sub goal for each subject so that it can be incremented by 5 marks or 3 marks in the next exam. So create goals and sub goals for each subject so that you and your child together are focusing on that. So that is about setting goals. Second is learning material. This is a very important thing. Sometimes we just ignore it. We buy the textbooks and support material and leave it. But have you ever pondered whether the child actually is getting the right material required from the learning support she has? Does she need any extra support, any extra MCQ books, any extra support from a tuition center, or any extra question papers to be solved? Find out what is it that where she's losing her marks and get the supporting learning material that will help her to score better in that specific weak area. So learning support is very, very important. Do not neglect that part. The third one, which is very crucial, and I think most of the children of the generation today is struggling, is time management. Now every child has 24 hours, right? Then how come that one child scores 98%, the other child scores 68%? I'm sure there is something wrong somewhere. I used to plan the entire 24 hours of my daughter, right from the time she wakes up till the time she sleeps. At every hour, what is she going to do? When is she going to study physics? When maths? When is she going to eat her food? When she will take a break to play? When she will take rest? Because there are certain hours of the time when your child is very, very active from a memory perspective. So you should let her do certain subjects at that point when her brain is active. There are certain children who are active in the morning, whereas there are certain children who are active more in the evening time. You need to understand the pattern and suggest a best planner for her for an entire 24 hours. And this should be done for the entire year when she is doing her academics. The fourth one, which is important, is studying effectively. In spite of having great timetable, if the child is sitting with the book and studying but still not able to score, that means somewhere the child is not studying effectively. If you remember in one of my videos where I showed about learning styles, you have to identify if your child is a visual learner or auditory or kinesthetic or read-write and help them to study in that form so that it is absorbed well in their mind and they are able to recollect well during their exams. So ensure that they are studying using the right learning style so that it is getting memorized. Otherwise, the study effectiveness will not help. The fifth point is facing exams. Now, after they study, you have to understand how are they facing exams. Have you ever thought What are the feelings they are going through when they are undergoing the exam? Is your child going and having a phobia or facing a fear, or is he going and facing it patiently? It's important that you help them with the right sleep, right food, and also help them to focus on how to behave or how to calm yourself when you get the paper. So helping them to enable them how to face the exam is a trick which the parents have to teach the children. And the last one, which I think most of the parents ignore, is result analysis. Once the exam is over, everybody, if the child and the parent thinks the job is done. And when the results come, my God, if the results are good, then it is amazing party. But if the results are bad, then it is another third world war in the home, right? What I would suggest is, whatever the results are, it's important that you and the child sit together and analyze what went wrong. Where is it that he or she is losing marks? There is some support required to help that weak area so that we can strengthen the paper. Also, if the child is getting very good marks, do not neglect that analysis. Please do proactive analysis to ensure what has she or he done better, because of which they are able to score good. So make sure the analysis is also done so that you can improve or continue in the next exams. So in short, these are the 6 steps. I repeat: goal setting, learning material support, time management, studying effectively, facing the exams in the right form of mind, and result analysis. If the 6 steps are followed, I'm sure we'll be able to help our children. I request all parents to take keen interest